Friday morning and I want to do a big reset day for the new year. I've been sitting here with my door open. The screen is closed, but it is pouring rain right now and the birds are chirping really loud outside and it's just so peaceful. It's actually not super cold. So I've just been having the door open for a little bit just to bring in some fresh air and so I can listen to the rain. Of all the things, not necessarily that I have to get done today, but that I would like to get done. Okay, so I have just a couple like cleaning things I need to do, some things I need to return. I need to bake some sourdough bread. I need to find in the shed the paint that's been on the wall so I can touch up the paint. I don't know if I'll be able to do that today, but we'll see. And I'm kind of one of those people where I do a lot better thinking about my goals as I'm doing something. If I sit down and decide like I'm gonna sit down and write out everything for the next year, I will just have a complete blank and I will not be able to think of one thing. So I just kind of need to chew on things as I do things. So as I'm cleaning and getting stuff in order, I want to be thinking of this next year. Who do I want to be? What do I want my life to look like? And what are the things that I can work on this year in tangible ways to get me there? So, nothing crazy and profound, but I figured that it's something that we could do together as we get ready for this new year. It doesn't have to be something that's overwhelming or pressure. It can just be something that's fun and exciting. Another thing is, if I look at stuff like this instead of more as like, I need to set deadlines, I need to create a plan, I need to create expectations, that just feels like so much pressure to me and then I will just avoid it. But if I look at it as dreaming and if I look at it as like, what kind of person do I want to be? What kind of people do I want around me? What do I want my everyday tasks to look like? What do I want to learn? When I look at it more as dreaming, it's so much more exciting and it's so much more doable than putting any sort of pressure on myself. Because then I'm just gonna avoid it. So one thing that I'm doing today is for the next 3 months, I am booking all of my work days. So since I'm a massage therapist, I don't work like 40 hours a week during massage because that would be like 40 massages, which is a lot. And so what I do is I end up scheduling side jobs on my days off. So I am booking out 3 months of all my side jobs and checking in with those side job people and making sure that those dates work for them and putting them in my calendar on what days and what times I want to work at those jobs. And it really helps me to be able to look at a month calendar like this and be able to see it. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what works best for me, but I have to have some sort of thing that I can look at and see. Even like on my Google Calendar on my phone, it'll show like a dot, like if I have something that day, but if I don't actually have like it written out to where I can see it without clicking on it, then I won't remember. So this really helps me, and maybe at some point I'll use more of like a digital calendar again, but for right now this is working the best. And I also have it in my phone as well, kind of as a secondary place for me to schedule things, just so I get reminders, because that really helps me. I'll get like text reminders for the events that I have, so I kind of use my phone more for the text reminder aspect, and this more for like actually planning out the days and seeing the schedule and making the schedule. Made some sweet potatoes and veggies. It's just leftovers from food that I made yesterday. So I'm gonna sit here and eat my lunch, and as I'm doing that, I am going to go through my computer and go through all of my emails, all videos, everything that is disorganized on my computer. I'm going to try and go file by file and do some organization. And then I have my computer here. You can see it kind of. So I'm going to do that on my computer, and then I'm going to do the same thing on my phone. My phone might take a little while because I have so many pictures and videos, and I'm just going to give myself maybe an hour or so to go through and do as much organizing as I can with pictures. Do my stretch and folds for my dough and eat my lunch. Okay, so I just went through all my pictures on my phone, and it actually didn't take very long. It took me like maybe 30 minutes or so. So that's not horrible. So now I'm gonna go through my social media and go through all the people that I follow and ask myself, like, are these people that are inspiring me to be better, that I want to connect with, that I want to have in my life? I have two different Instagrams. I have a personal Instagram and a Simply Be Instagram. And my Simply Be one, I want it to be really intentional, following a small amount of people that really make me feel inspired and encouraged to be better and to live the kind of life that I want. I don't want people on there that are going to make me feel self-conscious or jealous or make me feel like I can't be myself. Even if it's just unfollowing people for a short amount of time, I think that could be a good thing. And then my personal one is more broad, so I have like friends, family, people from high school, and I don't mind keeping that one more broad since I don't spend as much time on that one. Okay, now I have a few returns that I'm gonna run into town for, and then I'll be back. I made it home just in the nick of time. I returned all my stuff. That's one thing that I love about Amazon is the returns are so easy. So they do save you money there if you're diligent about your returns. So thankful for that. So I just got home. I came home and my veggie elk chili smells so stinking good. And it's good timing because the person that is buying my dining room table, it's time to stretch and fold. The person that's buying my dining room table is on his way right now, and he's going to pick it up in about 20 minutes or so, and I'm gonna get my table out of here. So let's take a peek at my list. Okay, so I have been listening to a financial course all day today as I've been working, so I'm gonna check that off. I returned the spatula, pants, cord, and bags. Some of those things are things that I got like doubles for Christmas, or I ordered the wrong thing. Or like the pants, I've been wearing them to work and they get dog hair all over them so bad, and I need to buy pants that don't do that because it's driving me nuts. I washed the walls yesterday actually. I probably can go back and do a little bit more. I have Mr. Clean Magic Eraser that I might take and do some scrubbing, but I'm going to check that off the list. I'm about to sell a table. I need to call a bank. I need to set up my social media timers. Yeah. So I think we're doing pretty good. Oh my gosh, this chili looks so good. I ended up putting one more can of beans in there, but those tomatoes ended up making a beautiful sauce, and it's nice and creamy, but it's not too heavy because there's the cauliflower in there also, and the ground elk, and oh my gosh, this soup literally took like not even 10 minutes to throw in the slow cooker, and it smells so good. I'll put the recipe in the description box below. I'm just gonna put some cheddar, some grass-fed cheddar on top, and scoop some of this up for an early dinner. Okay, I just took a little sneaky taste test. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It is so amazing. Usually I don't like to make chili just because it's so heavy, and putting the cauliflower in it, oh my gosh, that made a huge difference. Just making it lighter. It tastes just like chili. It's amazing. Delicious. And it's so cool to know that I grew the tomatoes. I saved them in my freezer. I harvested them myself. I got to help harvest the elk. I got to be a part of that hunt. I was there. I got to be the person that got to pack it out. I just think that that's so cool. That's so rewarding to know that I got to be a part of putting this food on my table. And all this stuff is stuff that I had really easily accessible in my home, and it was so cheap to make. So, really pleased with this one. Okay, so I think I'm pretty much done for the day. I'm gonna look at my little list here. I went out to the shed and looked for the paint that's in my house, and I could not find it. All I could find was like the trim paint and the front door paint. So I'm gonna have to text my landlord and see if she has the paint filed somewhere, like the name of it, so I can go buy more. So I can patch the walls and get them painted and patched and looking better. And the dough will be ready tomorrow for my bread to be baked. So overall, it was a good day. I think there's gonna be a lot more resetting and getting ready for the new year, and lots of change in the next couple months. I'm sure you guys are catching on to that already. So thank you for doing all this resetting stuff with me. I hope it inspired you to do all those little odds and ends that have been adding up and hanging out in the back of your mind. And I hope that you just get them all done so that you can make a clean, fresh start for the new year, and that you give yourself the time to dream. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.